One of my favorite things about professional wrestling is how involved the fans can be. Sometimes they can be completely intolerable, but most of the time they show as much passion as any other sporting fan on the planet. That's why I wanted to create this weekly series of fan questions, because without fans, content creators are not where they are today. So I have put a link up and it'll be down in the description below. And what you can do is create a video of your own and send it in, and I will answer those questions live on these videos. And instead of doing a hot take video, which tend to do very good for some creators, I want to give the fans their own faces and their own personality. So if you're interested, click the link below for next week's video. Now, on to the fan questions.
Here's a wrestling question for you. What do you think about Joe Hendry and where his future is going to take him? I know we've seen him on the NXT brand. He said any show, anytime, any show in capital letters. Are we going to see him on the main roster, or do you see him somewhere else?
That's an awesome question. Thank you so much, Mona, for sending in your video. But it's an easy answer at this point. Joe Hendry has stated that WWE and feuds with the likes of John Cena, if he got his TNA World Championship, are things that are on the table and on his mind at all times. But 2025 is coming around. Joe Hendry's contract is up early 2025. The only thing I see in Joe Hendry's future is a WWE main event debut. Not main event the show, but I mean like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Joe Hendry will be a WWE superstar within the next 12 months, hands down, and I believe he will be a WWE either Intercontinental or United States champion.
Oh, MrTeshk, my question for you is, when is the next time you're going to oil up? Okay. You already did that. All right, but seriously, my question is, who are 5 superstars from NXT that you think could be the future of the WWE or pro wrestling in general?
I love that you decided to bring other content creators' jobs into my chat, Bray. Santi, make sure you oil up. Con Man, don't forget to oil up. Lead. I led by example. Now it's up to those guys. But on to the question. I'll tell you right now, there are so many amazing talent in NXT right now, and I'm going to go with men's and women's, but this is no particular order. Obviously, we have the likes of Trick Williams, who is a bona fide superstar. The fans are behind him, and he's got the look. I think he just needs a couple more months down in NXT just to kind of define his craft and who he is, and he'll be ready to come up to the main roster. Cora Jade, depending on any injuries that she avoids once she comes back, I think she is a top female talent, along with Fallon Henley. This woman is doing some great work down in NXT, and just character development over and over, through and through, is one of those ones that I think can be kind of like the Becky Lynch of the 4 horsewomen, the ones that nobody really thought was going to be that main event superstar, but Fallon Henley definitely has something in my mind. I'm gonna go with Oba Femi. It speaks for itself. He speaks for himself. He's a monster. He's got that, quote, aura around him. And let's go with someone in the men's division, but on the other, like the smaller side, I think there's something with Wesley. I really love the heel turn that they just had with him, completely debunking the Rascals, who were actually on fire. But I think there's definitely something with Wesley. Other than that, yeah, those are the 5 that come to mind right away off the top of the dome. I think those are main event superstars in the coming years.
What's up, wrestling fam? Steve, my guy, MrTeshk himself. I got a question for you, bro. So, as somebody who's also an honorary oos, my question is very simple. How do you see the entire Bloodline storyline ending? Does it end in war? Does it end with a hug? Does it end with all the Bloodline members forming as one? I need to know. Oos to oos.
Axel, I appreciate the question, bro. I'll tell you right now, the Bloodline storyline doesn't end. You can tell me day in and day out, oh, it's going to be Survivor Series at War Games, the old OTC Bloodline versus the new solo Bloodline with the Tongans, and you're going to tell me, like, after that, they're going to go their separate ways. No. The Bloodline storyline will never end. Somebody in that family is always going to have a little bit more animosity than somebody else. So to answer your question, it doesn't end. It never ends. There's always another Samoan or another Tongan or another Polynesian wrestler that is somehow associated with the Anawahi family who's going to come in and disrupt and want that Ulafalu to become that tribal chief or the next tribal chief. So my answer to that, again, it never ends. We have so many wrestlers and so many offspring of these wrestlers that are going to be coming through in the next 20 to 25 years. The feud might quiet down and everyone might go their separate ways, but the Bloodline storyline will never end.
Question.
Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Well, damn it, Tony. Can I think for a second, please? Anyways, we're a little over halfway through the year so far. So what are your top 5 favorite matches of the year so far? Any promotion?
T-Mac, I appreciate the question, brother. I'm actually not going to answer that question fully on here. I am doing a top 5 matches of 2024 so far this coming week. So I do appreciate the question. You're going to have to check out the YouTube channel at MrTeshk, which you are currently on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put the bell on for all notifications. But I will say one of my favorite matches of the year comes from AEW.
Hey, what's going on, Teshk? So we know the future of WWE is in good hands with the likes of Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, Gunther, and Braun Breaker. But my question to you is, do you feel that they can have the same impact of a Roman Reigns and a Seth Rollins and guys like that moving forward?
Roman Reigns and Seth, Ant, by the way, first off, Ant, thank you so much for the question. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins were a unique breed when they came in. They were the OGs coming out of the new NXT developmental, and Seth Rollins already came off of the indies as Tyler Black. There was a lot of push and pressure on both Seth and Roman and Dean Ambrose coming in as this new faction of the Shield, and they took the ball and they ran with it and they made themselves the superstars that they are today. Obviously, I don't think anyone will disagree that Seth and Roman are the 2 top guys on their respective brands, and they will always have that underlying feud to be who is actually the top guy. With everyone that you named, it's going to take time. There's a lot of great characters and there's a lot of great opportunities to develop those characters. But right now, the only person with that quote aura that everyone's using right now, seems like the flavor of the month word to use, is aura. The only person I see with that on the main roster or coming from NXT right now is Braun Breaker, and he's showing up every week and putting on hell of a matches. So I think Braun Breaker's the only one right now that has that, but I'm sure everyone's going to find their footing coming out of NXT. And you know what? Under the helm of Triple H's Shawn Michaels, the next 5 to 10 years in pro wrestling is just going to be beautiful to watch. Guys, once again, if you are interested in getting into one of these videos, the link is going to be in the description below. It is a Google Drive. Just create your video and upload it there, and you will be featured in either next week's video or the upcoming weeks.
What's up, Teshk? My question is, who would be your early pick to win the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble?
Yo, Takes, appreciate the question, dude. I really do. I'm just going to say this right now. With the way they are pushing Braun Breaker to the moon right now, I think Braun Breaker is the favorite to win the 2025 Royal Rumble. But with it being John Cena's farewell tour, I can see them going that whole storyline of Cena finally getting his final title at WrestleMania in Vegas on the grandest stage of them all, getting his 17th world title and beating Ric Flair. If they're trying to write a perfect story for John Cena, it's right there. It's written in the stars. So I want to say Braun Breaker, but I have a feeling it's going to be John Cena.
All right, Steve, I got one for you. With the return of Bad Blood this coming October, is there any other pay-per-views that you would like to see return? Me, for one, Judgment Day is on the top of my list. But let me know.
Yo, Mike Gambino, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for the question. I love this question because Bad Blood growing up was one of my favorite pay-per-views. As a kid, I don't know why I loved the darker stuff. So I think if we were going to bring back any other ones, Armageddon is easily like my number one pick. Please bring back Armageddon. It always was so violent. Some of the cards were not amazing, but at least the main events you always knew were going to be a great draw. Also, now that the internet and social media is so much more prolific in professional wrestling, I would love to see Cyber Sunday. You can actually do Cyber Sunday live and in real time the right way, unlike how it was kind of like rigged back in the day. So like Cyber Sunday would be an awesome one. And you know what? I'll reach out to WCW days. I would love to see a proper Bash at the Beach. Find a way to get a proper Bash at the Beach with the ring outside, you know, just that raw, organic style crowd. I would love to see a Bash at the Beach. So yeah, Armageddon, Cyber Sunday, and Bash at the Beach.
Yo, Steve, it's your boy Jay Wills. I got a question for you, bro. Now, I know you got love for me and my people, so I'm gonna ask you this. Give me your top 5 Samoan wrestlers of all time.
Yo, Jay Will, man, you should have watched the video by now, but if you guys go check the link right here in the description, or go look for this thumbnail that just popped up like right over here, you can go check out my top 5 Samoan wrestlers of all time video. Make sure you give it a like and a comment, because I know there's going to be some people saying, this guy should be there, this guy should be there, but definitely go check out my top 5 Samoan goats of all time. Jay Will, thank you so much for the question, brother, and you know, tap in with me again and get another question in here. I appreciate you.
Yo, Tesh, just wanted to ask you really quickly right here. With everything going on with the Bloodline and all these new Samoans coming into the play, who else do you think is going to be involved in this Bloodline story? Who else could we see debut in WWE?
Con, I see what you're doing, bro. I see what you're doing, and you're trying to get me to answer with a certain person, and I'm not going to do it yet. But first off, boy, oil up, ginger boy, oil up. Anyways, but no, guys, this Bloodline thing, there are so many opportunities. The first person that obviously comes to mind is the most rumored to sign with WWE, which is Hikuleo. I hope they don't give him that name Tala Tonga, because what even is that name? Please just let him have Hikuleo. Lance Anoa'i, really prolifically known on the indie side of things. If you aren't familiar with him, go check out Muscle Man Malcolm's YouTube channel. He is definitely an up and comer, and everybody wants me to say my big oos, my boy Zilla Fatu, the main one, current HOG champion. I just don't think it's time yet. Zilla, again, everyone thinks Zilla is like the next to debut, the next surprise to debut. Remember, he's only been wrestling for over a year, and I think he has 23 matches under his belt right now. Zilla will be ready one day. It's just, I don't think he fits yet. So that's my opinion. But those three are definitely ones to talk about. But yeah, I know what you're trying to do there, Con. I'm not saying Zilla's debuting in 2024, but yeah, those are the three that I think are coming up. And on to our final question, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for sitting through this. These are going to be weekly Sundays episodes of everyone's questions about the ongoings in WWE and professional wrestling. Please click the link in the description below to get your videos brought in for the weekly videos. Don't worry about hot takes, don't worry about tweets, just get your video involved. If you don't want to show your face, I can just have the audio put over, but your name will be tagged in the video and in the description below.
Hey Steve, Danny Lizisa here. So here's my question from me to you. Do you think that we will see a triple threat match on the heavyweight championship between Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins? And if so, who do you think that will take the title? Let me know.
I'm going to assume this was recorded when everyone thought that Drew McIntyre was going to come out of Money in the Bank with the world title. So obviously things have changed, but I will answer the question in this form of, will we see a triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk in the near future? And as much as everyone wants to see that match, I think it might have come to its conclusion for now at SummerSlam. The only way I see this match happening as a triple threat is at WrestleMania. As much as people are saying CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, I truly believe that Punk, Drew, and Rollins would be a better option. If we want to bring it up to Survivor Series, I see it being a possibility, but right now, neither one of these guys need the world title. Their feud is literally carrying Monday Night Raw right now, but with the write-off of Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw, I don't see that being an opportunity for bad blood, but right now, I think that feud can hold off until WrestleMania. But what a question, because I think we all thought Drew was going to walk out with the world title at Money in the Bank, but man, it shows how fast things change in WWE. Guys, thank you so much for submitting your questions this week. I do really appreciate it. I want to make this a weekly thing, so make sure you submit your questions down below. Again, if you don't want to do a video, just hide your face and do an audio video. We can play it over with the editing, but your tag on Instagram, please leave that in the sheets, in the Google Sheet, so we can get more people in. Guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put the bell on for all notifications that are on the MrTeshk Wrestling channel. I will see you tomorrow for our next video. Yeet.